Offering to the Buddha, as a highly significant ritual in Buddhism, has been revered by countless devotees since ancient times. However, behind this seemingly simple offering lies profound meaning. How many truly comprehend the symbolism and merit embodied in the offerings? If we fail to correctly understand the true meaning of making offerings to the Buddha, not only will we be unable to obtain the proper wholesome results, but we may also unknowingly create negative karma, adding unnecessary obstacles to ourselves. Whether before the resplendent Buddhist statues in grand temples or within the small household shrines of lay practitioners, offerings serve as an essential bridge connecting Buddhist disciples to the three jewels. When we join our hands in Anjali Mudra and kneel reverently before the Buddha, the moment of sincere devotion and tranquility becomes a precious experience of spiritual communion with the Buddha. Offering various offerings is our external way of expressing respect and sincerity. Before discussing specific offerings, one crucial point must be emphasized. The essence of offering to the Buddha lies in the mind, not in the material objects themselves. If we merely place offerings in form without sincere reverence and respect for the Buddha's teachings in our hearts, and without compassion and care for all sentient beings, then no matter how many offerings we present, they remain merely superficial displays. The Buddha is not a deity. He does not grant material rewards because of our offerings, nor does he inflict punishments for our lack of offerings. Buddhism emphasizes cause and effect. All the offerings we make, including incense and oil money, essentially cultivate our own field of merit, expressing our inner respect and gratitude. These offerings and Buddha statues are not truly enjoyed. The ones who ultimately benefit are always our own minds. The 10 common offerings presented to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas when facing forward are incense, flowers, lamps, water, fruits, tea, rice, treasures, jewels, and robes. Each of these 10 offerings carries profound symbolic meaning. Only by understanding their significance can we give with proper intention, making the offerings more lawful and appropriate. Next, let us explore the profound meanings of these offerings one by one. Incense offering is the most familiar method of worshiping the Buddha. Lighting incense and paying homage to the Buddha has almost become synonymous with the devotee's act of pilgrimage and reverence. Temples often have guides who provide detailed explanations of the various incense-burning customs, such as when to light 1 stick, 3 sticks, or 9 sticks, which hand to hold the incense with, and how to respectfully insert the incense into the incense burner. Many people believe that lighting incense is like greeting the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, which can invoke their response and thereby help fulfill one's wishes. Some devotees even believe that the more incense they burn, the more effective their prayers become. This kind of thinking is actually a misunderstanding of the Dharma. In fact, in early Buddhism, there was no custom of burning incense. This practice gradually developed after Buddhism was introduced to China. Early Buddhist scriptures rarely mention the practice of burning incense as an offering to the Buddha. Instead, they more commonly describe the merits of offering lamps and flowers. The custom of incense burning may have been influenced by traditional Chinese culture and gradually integrated into Buddhist rituals. However, this does not affect our understanding of the deeper meaning of incense offering. The true meaning of incense offering lies in expressing the determination to uphold precepts. Ancient monastics often burned incense atop their heads, which was a symbol of their observance of the precepts. In the threefold training of morality, sila, concentration, samadhi, and wisdom, prajna, in Buddhism, moral discipline, vinaya, is the foundation of practice. Regardless of the path one cultivates, it always relies on the prerequisite of observing precepts. As stated in the Avatamsaka Sutra, precepts are the supreme foundation of bodhi and should be properly upheld with purity. As the gentle smoke of the incense rises, it symbolizes the reverence and adherence we hold toward the precepts within our hearts, gradually ascending until reaching a state of pure and uncontaminated clarity. Incense possesses qualities of purity and solemnity, capable of permeating the surrounding environment, making it fragrant. Similarly, observing precepts can also purify and cleanse our body and mind, making them pure and dignified. Whenever we light an incense stick before the Buddha, let us remind ourselves, may this incense cleanse all unwholesome actions, transforming them into fragrant, virtuous deeds. In this way, incense offering becomes not merely a ritual, but the root of spiritual practice. The tradition of offering lamps is even older and existed as early as the time when the Buddha lived. The Buddhist scriptures record the story of Pindal offering lamps, where a poor woman named Nanda, despite her extreme poverty, had unwavering faith in the Dharma. He practiced frugality, saving a little money to buy oil for lighting lamps and offering to the Buddha. Because he made a vast vow, he dedicated this lamp's light to illuminate the darkness of ignorance in all sentient beings, enabling them to attain liberation. This small oil lamp remained lit throughout the entire night, and even the highly powerful and miraculous Venerable Moggallana was unable to extinguish it. The Buddha, upon seeing it, praised, saying, "This lamp is offered with utmost sincerity. Its merit is immeasurable. In the future, you will surely attain Buddhahood." This story teaches us that the true meaning of offering lamps lies in illuminating the light of wisdom and dispelling the darkness of ignorance within the mind. A lamp has the characteristic of burning itself to illuminate others, just as the Buddha, this supreme teacher of the heavens, uses his unsurpassed wisdom to illuminate all beings in the 3 realms and 6 paths. The Mahaprajnaparamita states that it is like one lamp lighting 100,000 lamps. All become bright, yet the brightness does not diminish. Offering lamps before the Buddha is not only an act of reverence in this lifetime, but also an expression of the yearning for and pursuit of wisdom. In contemporary temples, lanterns in the style of lotus platforms are often offered before the Buddha, solemn and beautiful. The merit of offering lamps is exceedingly profound. It enables one to attain great wisdom, purifies the eyes, and eradicates karmic obstacles from past lives. If you feel that you or your family lack wisdom, sincerely offer a lamp before the Buddha to dispel darkness with light. At the same time, the lamp also symbolizes enlightenment and transmission. The correct Dharma treasury should be the Tripitaka. Brightness should be brilliance. If a person should be like a person, inland should be the causal ground. A Hang Sutra should be the Agama Sutra. Rightly emerging fruit should be the consummate fruit. The Dharma is like a lamp, passed down from generation to generation, continuous and unbroken. When we light a lamp, we are also inheriting the Buddha's light, continuing the brilliance of the true Dharma. The Tripitaka records, if a person holds a lamp and enters a dark room, the darkness immediately vanishes and only the light remains. Practicing Buddhism involves igniting the lamp of wisdom within one's own mind, dispelling the darkness of ignorance, and ultimately attaining the state of clear understanding and realization of one's true nature. Flowers are also common offerings. Scriptures record that a disciple once offered fresh flowers to the Buddha. Seizing the opportunity, the Buddha taught that if one offers with a pure heart, even if the offering is just a handful of sand, one will attain immeasurable merit. This instructs disciples on the true essence of generosity. Beyond their beauty and fragrance, flowers hold a deeper significance. In Buddhism, the fundamental teaching is that all phenomena are empty, yet causality is not empty. The flower is precisely the cause of the fruit, and before the fruit can form, the flower must first bloom. Offering flowers before the Buddha symbolizes our emphasis on an understanding of practicing on the foundational grounds. In the Agama scriptures, it is recorded that an elder offered flowers to the Buddha, who then taught the Dharma to lead him to the right fruit of enlightenment. The beauty of flowers is transient and fleeting, just as the Buddha taught the principle of impermanence of all conditioned phenomena. Whenever we offer flowers, It also serves as a reminder to ourselves that all things in the world are as beautiful yet fleeting as flowers. Only through cultivation and realization can we transcend impermanence. The Dharma states that bodhisattvas have not yet attained their fruit, and ordinary beings have not yet reached fruition. Ordinary beings often fear the arrival of negative consequences without knowing how to prevent the planting of unwholesome causes. True sages deeply understand the law of cause and effect and are extremely cautious when creating causes. If one can understand and firmly believe in the principle of causality, they have already embarked on the right path of practice. The merit of offering flowers is exceptionally profound. According to the scriptures, those who present flowers can attain an adorned appearance upon their arrival, and all who behold it are filled with joy and delight. This also aligns with the principle of, as you plant, so shall you reap. By offering pure and beautiful plants, one naturally experiences the fruition of dignity and solemnity. Flowers also symbolize the blossoming and growth of life. Every flower undergoes the process from seed to bud and then to full bloom. This is like our practice, requiring patient cultivation, accumulating day by day and month by month, until one day it will surely bear fruit and bloom. When we offer flowers before the Buddha, we are expressing our wish to grow strong like the flowers under the sunlight of the Dharma, ultimately blossoming into flowers of wisdom and compassion. Offering fruits symbolizes the most direct representation of karmic retribution. When offering fruits, one must select fresh and clean produce, avoiding fruits with unpleasant odors or that have spoiled, in order to maintain the purity of the altar. If possible, it is best to change fresh fruits daily. By offering fruits, we express our faith in and respect for the law of cause and effect, while also hoping that the wholesome causes we have planted will result in perfect and wholesome fruits. The ripening of a fruit undergoes multiple stages, including seed germination, growth, and flowering. Just as our spiritual practice requires steady and gradual accumulation of merit step by step, only then can we ultimately perfect enlightenment. It is recorded in the Agamas that in a past life, the Buddha offered fruits with a pure mind to a Paksabuddha, thereby attaining an extraordinary merit. This teaches us that the essence of offering fruits lies in the purity of the mind, rather than the preciousness of the fruits themselves. Even ordinary fruits, when offered with a respectful heart, can accumulate immeasurable merit. Fruits possess rich colors and flavors, symbolizing the diversity and completeness of spiritual practice. Different fruits symbolize various wholesome deeds. We should widely cultivate wholesome actions so that the field of the mind may bear abundant fruits. When we offer fruit, we are also expressing our wish that our practice may be like the fruit itself, cultivated both internally and externally, possessing color, fragrance, and taste in harmony, and ultimately achieving the perfect fruition of merit and wisdom. Pure water may appear ordinary, yet it is an exceptionally precious offering. Water offered before the Buddha must be clear and clean, preferably spring water or purified water, without adding any substances such as sugar or honey. Because pure water represents the pure mind we strive for, adding other substances would instead lose its original meaning. Buddhism teaches that when the mind is calm, the Buddha land is also peaceful. The ultimate goal of our practice is to cleanse the 5 poisons: greed, anger, ignorance, arrogance, and doubt, and to detach from the 6 senses objects: form, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mental phenomena, thereby restoring the innate pure mind. When one truly possesses a pure mind, there is no need for Amitabha Buddha's guidance. The Western Pure Land is present here and now, for the Pure Land is not distant but resides within our own hearts. The Vimalakirti Sutra states that if a bodhisattva encounters a pure land, they should still their mind. As the mind becomes still, so too does the Buddha land become still. This passage reveals the relationship between the mind and external conditions. When the mind is calm, the external environment is calm. When the mind is agitated, the external environment is agitated. Offering pure water is not only an act of homage to the Buddha, but also a purification of one's own mind. When we gaze upon the crystal-clear water that reveals its very bottom, it serves as a reminder to ourselves, may my mind be as pure and unstained as this water, reflecting the true nature of all things. Water possesses the qualities of nourishing all beings and embracing all things. Dharma is like water, capable of nourishing our parched hearts. Practice is like water. It requires the perseverance of dripping water wearing through stone. The Lotus Sutra states that the Dharma is like a vast ocean, accessible only through faith. When we offer water before the Buddha, we are also expressing our wish to be as soft, accommodating, and nourishing to all beings as water is, ultimately merging into the vast ocean of enlightenment. Precious treasures and jewels are also valuable offerings. The term treasures refers to the 7 treasures, including gold, silver, lapis lazuli, and agate. The term pearl refers to various precious pearls, such as the wish-fulfilling jewels and mani jewels frequently mentioned in Buddhist teachings. In any era, people have held jewels in great esteem. Offering these precious items before the Buddha demonstrates profound sincerity and determination, and also shows that they have realized the true essence of generosity, one of the 6 perfections of prajna. Generosity ranks first among the 6 paramithas and holds profound significance. The Diamond Sutra states that by abiding nowhere, one generates the mind. True generosity is giving without expecting anything in return. Do not cling to the concept of I can give, but act purely out of a heart of purity and compassion. Generosity has 3 types: giving of wealth, giving of the Dharma, and giving of fearlessness. The giving of wealth is further divided into internal wealth and external wealth. Offering precious treasures to the Buddha constitutes external wealth generosity. If one can be neither stingy nor attached, naturally, one will cultivate the wisdom of letting go. Letting go of everything is approaching the state of enlightenment. The Maratnaka Sutra records that in a past life, the Buddha offered precious treasures to a stupa, thereby accruing the karmic result of fragrant and splendid adornment. This teaches us that the essence of offering treasures lies not in the value of the treasures themselves, but in the attitude of the offering. Even the smallest offering, if made with a pure heart, can accumulate boundless merit. Tea and rice, as dependent offerings among the 3 types of offerings, are less for honoring the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and more for sustaining the Sangha treasure. In early Buddhism, monks commonly practiced alms begging, and the Buddha himself was no exception. In the Chinese Buddhist tradition, monks mostly reside in monasteries, with their meals and accommodations arranged by the resident community. Devout lay practitioners are not only willing to offer food, but, when possible, also provide the daily necessities for 1 or more monks. Offering tea symbolizes a refreshing comfort to practitioners. Tea can universally awaken the mind, assisting practitioners in maintaining alertness and preventing drowsiness during their cultivation. In the Platform Sutra of the 6th Patriarch, Master Huaining once served tea to visiting monks, embodying the Zen spirit of ordinary mind. Offering tea is not only a form of reverence to the Triple Gem, but also a reminder for one's own practice. Maintain awakening, neither deluded nor drowsy. Offering food symbolizes the fundamental support for the basic livelihood of practitioners. The Baizhang Qingge meticulously stipulates the rules for the 4 conditions of food, emphasizing frugality, simplicity, gratitude, and cherishing blessings. When we share a meal, it is also a practice of cultivating heartfelt gratitude, cherishing every grain of rice and every morsel of food, remembering the hard labor of the farmers, and recognizing the interdependence of all beings. Sharing a meal symbolizes protection and respect among practitioners. In Buddhism, there is the concept of the 3 ones: the Great One, the Middle One, and the Small One, each applied in different contexts. Although simple, it is indispensable for practitioners. When we gather together, it is also an expression of respect and support for practitioners, hoping that they can focus on their practice and propagate the Dharma for the benefit of all beings. In the history of Buddhism, there are many notable lay protectors, such as the famous Anathapindika, who purchased a garden at a high price from Prince Jita and devoted it exclusively to supporting the Buddha and a monastic community of 1,250 monks. The Sayukta Agama records that Elder Ananda, through this virtuous deed, received direct instruction from the Buddha and ultimately attained genuine renunciation. Such merit is inconceivable because offering to the Sangha is equivalent to offering to the entire Dharma, enabling the true Dharma to remain long-lasting in the world. Even in modern times, making offerings to genuine practitioners and good spiritual teachers is an excellent opportunity to cultivate profound positive karmic connections. According to the scriptures, someone once offered a bowl of coarse rice to a Paksabuddha. As a result, their merit continued extensively, enjoying wealth and honor for dozens of lifetimes thereafter. Each of the above 10 types of offerings holds profound significance and possesses its own merit. However, we must understand a fundamental truth. Buddhas and bodhisattvas do not require these material offerings. The true purpose of making offerings to the Buddha is to plant the field of merit for ourselves, cultivate a pure mind and a respectful heart, so that in the future we may receive corresponding blessings. If our purpose in offering to the Buddha is merely to seek promotion, wealth, family harmony, smooth work, or good health, mundane benefits, then we are gravely mistaken. The Buddha teaches us the path of liberation beyond the worldly realm, a profound realization of the true nature of life, rather than mere protection or blessing. Offering to the Buddha, although in external form, can help us cultivate inner qualities of practice. When we respectfully offer our gifts, the focus and devotion in that moment represent an evolution of the mind. The offerings presented to the Buddha are not only a form of reverence towards the Tathagata, but also serve as a means of educating and reminding one's own mind. All things in the world are impermanent, including our own beloved lives. Only by cultivating inner wisdom and compassion can we find true peace in this ever-changing world. The Golden Light Sutra states, if a person wishes to make offerings to all Buddhas of the 3 times, one should contemplate the nature of the Dharma realm, understanding that all phenomena are created by the mind. This scripture reveals the highest realm of offerings, contemplating the true nature of the Dharma realm, understanding that all phenomena are manifestations of the mind. When we truly understand this, offering is no longer limited to external forms, but extends into every aspect of life. A good thought, a kind word, and an act of helping others are the best offerings to the Dharma. An important principle in practicing Buddhism is to let go, especially the attachment to external possessions. Many times, the amount of money and wealth does not represent true richness. Inner fulfillment and contentment are far more valuable. Throughout history, many great and virtuous monks have possessed nothing permanent, yet they used their own bodies to offer to the Triple Gem by writing sutras with their blood or by burning their flesh as a devotional offering. In comparison, our material offerings appear insignificant. However, the Buddha taught us the middle way. There is no need to demand oneself to reach such extreme levels. Simply act according to conditions and maintain sincerity in the heart. The Lotus Sutra states, if a good man can dedicate merit, he can accomplish all the Buddha Dharma. Dedication of merit is the practice of transferring the merit one has cultivated to all sentient beings, with the aspiration to attain Buddhahood together with all beings. After each offering, we should generate the vow to dedicate the merit, so that this merit benefits not only ourselves but also all sentient beings universally. Such offerings are truly perfect offerings. If we can understand the true meaning of offering to the Buddha, we will realize that it is not merely a religious ritual, but a practice for the cultivation and elevation of life itself. Each offering brings us closer to the wisdom and compassion of the Buddha, deepening our understanding of the meaning and value of life. In the midst of busy modern life, such rituals become even more precious, offering us the opportunity to set aside external distractions and return to inner tranquility and clarity. The highest realm of offering to the Buddha is to fully integrate our body, speech, and mind into the Dharma, ensuring that our words, actions, and demeanor align with the principles of compassion and wisdom. When we are able to do this, regardless of whether there are formal offerings, our very life itself has already become the best offering. As the Buddhist said, offering according to the Dharma is paramount. True offering lies not in external forms, but in the nature of the heart. When we understand the profound meaning of offering to the Buddha, our daily practice of making offerings takes on a deeper and more meaningful experience. That stick of incense is no longer merely a custom, but a reminder to uphold the precepts. That lamp is no longer merely a decoration, but a symbol of the aspiration for wisdom. That cup of water is no longer just an object, but a pursuit of a pure mind. Each act of offering is a confirmation and realization of the profound meaning of the Dharma. All phenomena in the world are like dreams, illusions, bubbles, and shadows, fleeting in an instant. In this brief journey of life, to encounter the Dharma and understand the true essence of offering to the Buddha is indeed a rare blessing. While making offerings, we should also remember the Buddha's teachings, speak fewer careless words, recite the Buddha's name more often, reduce the attraction to the three lower realms, and cultivate a greater aspiration for the path of liberation. Only by practicing in this way can one truly honor the rare and precious conditions granted in this life. Practicing Buddhism is the pursuit of the wise, not blind superstition, but an exploration and practice of the true nature of life. May we, in the process of offering to the Buddha, not only make offerings to the external Buddha image, but also discover and cultivate the Buddha nature within. This is the ultimate meaning of offering to the Buddha, and also the greatest expectation the Buddha has for us.